Joining us now to discuss this further is Glenn Ignazio, military expert and retired Air Force Special Operations Commander. Mr. Ignazio, first of all, thank you for being here. Now, the U.S. and Britain have led a second strike against Houthis in Yemen. Your reaction to the escalating conflict?
Yeah, the recent attacks, so the big public one we heard yesterday, which was the large strike, and then our evening last night, there was another strike on a radar facility. And the biggest thing is to take out what they see, take out the command and control so they can't say, and then take out their storage and their launch facilities so they can't do. I mean, that's mainly the tactic. Now, the Houthis have said, hey, we're going to retaliate. They launched one missile after the big coalition attack. It didn't hit anything. It didn't even get close to anything. So I think right now they've diminished their ability to attack some of the maritime. Doesn't mean that it stops everything, but I think that right now it's their revenge. You see a lot of protests in Europe. You see some attacks against the Israeli embassy in Sweden, and in fact, here in the United States, we're seeing some protests as well. I think that's one of the biggest concerns globally we have to watch out for.
The White House spokesperson John Kirby says the U.S.'s response is not intended to ignite a wider war, but could it still have that impact?
Yeah, I can. I mean, since the events in October, it's always been a concern. Hey, is this going to spill over? And when we started seeing, attacks in Syria, Iraq, you saw launches from Hezbollah, and then the Houthis hitting maritime and impacting the entire global maritime. It really has spilled over, but it's just at a small level. What we don't want is a state-on-state type of battle, which would be Iran against, say, U.S., U.K., Israel, etc. So right now you're seeing sort of a galvanizing of the Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis, and then those rebel groups within Syria and Iraq. That's the biggest concern from this. But right now, Iran is sort of playing these entities, again, Hezbollah and the Houthis, that's sort of like a faction to be able to strike back. It's almost like this is their contract military corporation. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but Iran is one of the only countries that's actually doing that.
Looking ahead, how do you see these attacks affecting the war between Israel and Hamas?
I think that, the biggest thing is to keep that controlled. And so the conflict and everything that's going on between Israel and Hamas is continuing as is. Hezbollah has launched strikes right after the date of October and continues to escalate. That's the biggest concern there. The biggest part for the Red Sea is the impact globally. I mean, this impacts many countries, not just U.S., U.K., globally. So that's 12% of the oil, that's manufacturing, everything that's going on. So that's the biggest concern about the Red Sea, and to definitely keep the Houthis in check so it doesn't impact the global economy. And we're seeing that with rises in oil. You're seeing corporations stopping certain production like Tesla. That's the biggest thing that impacts more than just the Israel conflict. We have to make sure they stay in check.
All right, Glenn Ignazio, military expert, retired Air Force Special Operations Commander. Thank you so much for your insights today.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well. Thank you.